Hello, welcome to Brick King. Today I'll be reviewing the 2008 Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides set, Whitecap Bay. First we'll start off with the figures. Here we have Jack Sparrow. He has his classic dual moulded hairpiece and has two faces, the first one which is quite ordinary and the second one which is also quite ordinary, of him being scared and him being very confident. There's a nice printing on the torso. They have the colour of his chest slightly off, I feel. And there's also nice printing on the legs which flows nicely into the front printing of the torso. On the back there's some nice printing, not too nice, but it's nice to be included. Sadly, quite a lot of it's covered up when the hairpiece is on. He has his sword and his nice blue compass from the film. Next, we have this figure which is called, which LEGO have called a zombie. It has what looks like a brown eye patch over its eye and a white eye there. Also, there's some gold there, as well as an ordinary sword and a cover, well, not a cover, a place to store his sword, like so. There's also no printing on the legs and some nice printing on the torso. Very nice figure. Here is Scrum. He also has one of these sword holders, as well as a tri-cornered hat with a hole for a feather. He's got his ordinary face with a scar there. I believe that's a goatee and a beard around the edge. Printing on the legs that flows nicely into the main torso print, and printing on the back as well. Next we have this guy. I don't really remember his name, but he's the religious guy from On Stranger Tides. He's got a flintlock pistol and nice printing on the torso, no printing on the legs, and nice printing on the back. There is no alternative face. I believe that they should have put one in there, but it's not that bad if they didn't. Now for the mermaids. This is an unnamed mermaid. She has nice printing on the torso that flows nicely into the tail piece, I guess that's what it's called. There's shiny silver elements that go down and flow lovely. It also flows nicely in the back too. She has both of the mermaids in the set have this seaweed which they can use to grab onto a sailor and drag them underwater. This figure has an ordinary hairpiece as well as an alternate face, which is her angry with gills. Nice figure. Same thing here. She actually has a tear coming from this eye, but it's quite faint, you might not be able to see it. She also has one of these seaweed bits, and her tail is blue while the other one is green. It also flows nicely from the main torso, and they are very similar, and they both have this angry face, but this one is less angry. Now we shall move on to the build, but first the boats. The boats, there are two boats in this set. They are identical. They both have these identical lanterns, which are nice, 2 oars, 2 benches, and each one comes with a bucket, which I think is a nice touch. It's a standard boat, and I hope to be seeing more and more of these in future. Now we have this anchor. It has no use whatsoever, but it is a nice touch. I don't believe it's a new mould, but I wouldn't know because this set is quite old. But it's nice. It's got a lightsaber, a blade through the middle which is in brown, and well, it's just a nice touch. Next we have this net. This net has these grey brown bits through it and a rope connecting them. This is a flexible part and is designed to be held through the water to catch mermaids in it, like so, and it has enough room so you can open it and put a mermaid inside. Now let's move on to the main build, just moving it around so you can see it. The inside of this room is quite nice. Well, the interior isn't that nice in this particular room, but it does have a working cannon with a nice fuge on top. This one also has a net. This is the bit that fires it, and here is the net. It's the same as the other one, just without the brown bits. Now here there is a bottle and a little box with a shovel and a pickaxe in it. And that's that for this side. Now to move on to this side. Here there is a sextant with a gold piece at the bottom. Not to mention a shiny gold bar. Nice and shiny. The interior of it includes two seats and a table. There is a door on the other side which can be opened, and that leads to the door that you saw on the outside. Up here, I don't really know what this room is for. There are two valves which don't do anything, but there is this bit which is an action feature that I will show you shortly. Up here is a bit more interesting. This is the place where the lighthouse actually is. There is a light brick in there that at present is not working. It is very nice, and I'll show you the rest of that room later. Now down here is very nice, but we'll have to show you what that does on the other side. So let's turn it around. And here we are again. The front, there's the door and there's some railing. And there's a nice sticker, and I really like this piece. It's very nice. And you were wondering what that stick does earlier. Well, we'll get to that very shortly. There's this. This is the light. It's got a magnifying glass up front, and two more valves up here. Now for this. Round the corner there is a small box with some coins in. It's a full set. They're just as shiny as the gold bar that we saw earlier. So now let's get on to this drum. There is this bar here that you can pull out. It sometimes doesn't work, and it's supposed to spill oil. In the film, the oil spills out, lighting fire and exploding the station. That can actually work here with this. You're wondering what that bar does. This is connected to it. If you do that, it knocks out that wall, that knocks out that wall, knocking down the rest of the building. It sometimes gets mildly stuck, but that is it. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I hope to be sending you another video shortly.